AITA for refusing to make my SGL wedding cake for free when she demanded it. I, 29F, have been running my own bakery for the past 5 years. What started as a hobby in college has grown into a full-fledged business. I'm incredibly proud of how far I've come. I've built a steady client base and have a workspace that's fully dedicated to baking. My business thrives mostly on wedding cakes, birthday cakes, and cakes for other special occasions. Baking isn't just a hobby for me anymore. It's how I make a living. Now, I'm no stranger to hard work. Baking wedding cakes is not just mixing ingredients and throwing them in the oven. It's a serious craft. Each cake I make requires hours of preparation, precision, and a lot of attention to detail. The whole process from planning to execution is something I take a lot of pride in. And yes, it's also a business. It's how I pay my bills and support myself. I've always been friendly with my sister-in-law, SIL, who is my wife's older sister, 33F. We're on good terms, but I've always sensed that she doesn't fully respect the work I do. She's made comments here and there over the years, like, "It must be nice to just play in the kitchen all day," or "You're lucky people will pay for something they could probably learn on YouTube." It's always said in a joking manner, but I know there's a hint of condescension in there. I've brushed it off for the most part, not wanting to make things awkward. After all, she's my wife's family, and I didn't want to create unnecessary tension. So when my Estelle came to me earlier this month asking if I would make her wedding cake, I was happy to help. She explained what she wanted: a 4-tier cake with smooth buttercream, floral piping, and cascading real flowers. She even had very specific taste preferences: chocolate sponge with raspberry filling. She also asked me to deliver the cake to the venue myself on the wedding day. I agreed to take on the project and asked her to send me some details on the design so I could give her an accurate quote. Once she did, I worked out the cost, factoring in the time, ingredients, and effort it would take to make the cake as perfect as possible. I gave her a family discount, but I still quoted her a price that I thought was fair given the level of work involved. When I told her the price, her response shocked me. She immediately said, "I thought you were going to make this as a wedding gift for me." I was taken aback. I didn't know how to respond at first, so I explained that I don't typically do wedding cakes as gifts. Wedding cakes, especially ones of this size and complexity, require a lot of time and effort, time that I can't just give away. I told her I'd be happy to buy something off her registry as a gift, or, if she preferred, I would still make the cake for her at the discounted price. That's when she snapped. She said I was being transactional, and that, "It's just a cake. Why are you making such a big deal out of it?" She then added that it was a special day for her, and that I was clearly trying to profit off of her happiness. She ended the conversation by hanging up on me. To be clear, I have done cakes for free before, but those cakes were simple ones for close friends or family members going through difficult times. I've never charged for a small cake for a birthday or for someone I deeply care about, but this situation felt different. My SGL has never truly respected my work, and her response confirmed that. She and her fiancé are fully capable of paying for the cake, and I feel like this is just another example of her thinking that my work is somehow less valuable. Things got worse when she started telling everyone that I was making her special day about myself. She even told people that I was trying to profit off her happiness, which is just absurd. I'm running a business, not doing a favor. I can't just give away a wedding cake, especially not when I've been so clear about the time and effort required. My mother-in-law, Mile, called me shortly after, and I could tell she was trying to smooth things over. She didn't really ask how I felt or try to understand where I was coming from. Instead, she went on and on about how stressed my SIL was and begged me to reconsider. It felt like she was just trying to stop this from escalating into a bigger family issue. My wife, who's on my side, told her mom to stop trying to smooth things over at my expense. But even my wife admitted that she wished I'd just agreed to make the cake to avoid the fallout. I'm really struggling with this situation. Part of me wants to just say yes and make the cake, not because I want to, but because I don't want to deal with the drama. But another part of me feels like I would be letting my business and my boundaries be disrespected. I don't feel like I should have to justify why I charge for my work. Update 1. After posting my story here, I received a lot of support. Many people pointed out that it was completely reasonable for me to charge for the cake and that my SGL was being entitled. Some even shared stories of similar situations where family members took advantage of their skills and expected free work. That made me feel a bit better about my decision. I decided to stick to my guns and not back down. I told my SGL that I understood if she was upset, but I couldn't do the wedding cake for free. I reiterated that I had offered her a family discount, which was more than generous, and that she could either accept that offer or find another baker. She didn't respond for a few days, and then she reached out to say she was going to go with another cake decorator. Honestly, I was relieved. At least I wouldn't have to deal with more drama, and she would hopefully respect that I wasn't going to give in. But the next thing I know, I hear through the grapevine that she's been bad-mouthing me to other family members, saying I was being unreasonable and selfish. She's telling people that I refuse to be part of her special day. I'm getting more frustrated by the day, but I'm trying to keep my distance from the drama. I'm not going to let her manipulate me into feeling guilty. My wife is still on my side, and she's told me not to worry about the family drama. But it's hard not to feel hurt by what my SIL is saying about me. Update 2. It's been a couple of weeks now, and the situation hasn't improved. My SIL's wedding is just around the corner, and I found out that the cake decorator she hired is charging her full price. No discount, no family deal. Apparently, she's now complaining to anyone who will listen that the new cake decorator's work is good, but not as good as mine. She even mentioned that she wishes I'd just said yes, and that her special day is now ruined because of the cake. I haven't said anything to her about it. I'm trying to keep my distance, but it's clear that this is still a sore topic. My Emile called me again, telling me that my SIL is still hurt by how things went down and that I should just let it go for the sake of family. But I'm still firm in my decision. I don't know anyone free work, especially when they don't respect what I do. I'm starting to feel like I'll never be able to escape the negativity. Even though I know I did the right thing for my business and my well-being, it's hard to ignore the constant pressure from family. But at this point, I think I've made the best decision for myself. Update 3. The wedding has come and gone, and while it was a bit awkward, things have calmed down. My SIL reached out to apologize for how things went, but I honestly wasn't interested in talking about it. I've learned that I need to set boundaries when it comes to family, especially when it comes to my business. I'm proud of what I've built, and I'm not going to let anyone undermine my hard work just because they feel entitled to something for free. Moving forward, I'm going to be more mindful of how I navigate these types of requests. I'm grateful for the support I received here, and it's been a reminder that I don't have to tolerate disrespect, even from family.